All right, hello. There's my mom. All right. All of us have faced adversity at some point in our lives. A moment in your life where change has occurred and you had to overcome. On June 8th, 2013, that was the day that had a major impact on my life. It was another hot and humid summer day. I throw the sheets off my bed and I belly up to the kitchen counter for some breakfast. As usual, my mom and dad are doing their daily routine. Dad is reading the newspaper while mom is watching the news and cooking up some eggs. My 15-year-old self at the time didn't have a job. The only thing I was concerned with was figuring out what I was going to do for the day. Scrolling through my phone, looking for somebody to contact, the news station started blasting the severe weather warning. All of us glanced up at the TV and see a severe weather watch issued for our county. A few of the surroundings are the ones in the afternoon. They said that there was a cold front on the way, which could result in a severe storm with hot and humid weather that we were already expecting. We took notice, but just like any other storm warning, we didn't think much of it. Mom and Dad didn't have anything going on either, so they thought we could have something fun for the day. Alec, do you want to go invite a friend and watch the Twins for the day at Target Field? I jumped out of my seat in excitement and got a hold of one of my friend's jet. So we head up to the cities, and the radio just like earlier in the day was still issuing severe weather for the county that we lived in. We arrived at the game and we watched every hard-earned victory of the hot and humid air put on by the Twins. We were all smiling and enjoying the day, ready to head back home. Jet and I were being the gamers that we were, and we couldn't wait to get back to my place and start playing MW2. At this point in the day, it was later in the afternoon, and we were about 10 minutes out from being home. The sky kept getting darker and darker, and it looked like the weather report may be correct about the thunderstorm. One large flash of lightning and a loud crack of thunder kicked off the pouring rain. At the same time, it looked like we were just going to have a thunderstorm, and it didn't look like it was going to amount to anything else. Little did we know what was to come. We finally arrived at the house. Jet and I darted to my room to start playing some video games. My sister was already at the house and was watching TV in the living room. My parents ordered some pizza and brought it back to the house. I remember glaring outside when watching the lightning, seeming as if 100 flash cameras were going off in the sky. Also, the sky started to light up in this weird orange, strange glow. Not something that you'd see like in a sunset. At this point, everybody's attention, as we haven't not seen this bad storm in recent memory. My mom was watching the news and being the concerned one as usual. The storm was getting worse. Winds were picking up to insane speeds. Crops are near sideways, and anything that could get picked up by the high wind speeds were. The news started to report that the sight of funnel clouds and tornadoes touched down, but my mom didn't want to take any more chances, so she told us to go downstairs and let's see if the storm dies down for a bit. Taking any breaks from the PS3 didn't sound like a good idea, but thank goodness my mom convinced us to get downstairs. All of us in downstairs living room patiently waiting for the storm to die down. We got the news on trying to get any information we could. Not even 5 minutes after sitting downstairs, the power goes out. So we all knew the storm was bad at this point, but nobody knew what was about to come. We pulled out a board game to pass some time, but as I walked over to the window to get a look at how the storm was looking, the rain started to slow down. The lightning and the orange glow made it possible to observe the clouds even though it was dark out. And I glance up and I see about a mile out that there was a funnel cloud starting to take shape. And my mom started to say, everyone needs to get in the shower now. So all 5 of us are packed into the shower floor. My dad grabbed a blanket and we put it over our heads. Just a moment later, A F4 tornado starts to engulf the entire house. Pipes connecting to the toilet, walls were starting to bend and get ripped out right in front of us. All of us are very scared of what's about to happen, and panic started to sink in. My ears started to experience enormous pressure, just like in an airplane, but worse. Rain and other materials started to fall on us and near us, but luckily nothing lethal. The place sounded like it was getting torn down by a construction crew. For what it seemed, it was like an eternity, but only 5 to 10 minutes. The storm finally died down in comparison to what we were experiencing earlier. My dad opened the door and insisted that he goes on and check on everything. The expression on everybody was, it looked like you just saw a ghost. So my dad walks back with bloody feet and presumably glass that cut his feet, and when he whispers, "It's all gone." The entire house was essentially destroyed, and the bathroom we stayed at was in one of the last standing structures of the property. We were in disbelief. Then a voice appears near the road. "Is anyone alive in here?" shouted a few times. It was a storm watch employee, and we all yelled, letting the man know that we were all right. He walked out of the house into the pouring rain walked us out of the house from the pouring rain to his vehicle, and he would later drop us off in town to a safer location. So this was the point I look back quite frequently in my life, where I look for motivation. My family and I, on this summer night, lost everything at the time. Pictures, items, valuables, all gone in the blink of an eye. We didn't lose everything though, because we still had each other. My family had to come together more than ever before. You can lose all these material things around you, but if you have your family and loved ones around you, you can still get through that adversity in your life. Thank you.
Perfect.